Some thoughts for today. A lot of my work is around my own personal work, and then my work with others is to observe more, to not invest emotionally as much, and to gradually work away from investing so emotionally in what's happening in the world because we have to save everything. Oh my God. It's the polarity of good and evil and black versus white, men versus women. We got to stop the rich. We got to save the poor, save the planet, stop the corporations or the pollution or whatever. So let me give you another way to observe this. That all of these extreme poles are to burn out our emotions and burn out our attachments to an addiction to these extremes. So just for a moment, look within yourself or look out at the world or anyone you know, and consider anyone who, say, feels very passionately about a subject. Let's take coronavirus. So coronavirus is good versus evil. It's all religion. It's a cult. And you either join one end of the cult, you get sucked into it, you get brainwashed. That's how you live. You live in the cult until eventually you realize, like, this is a load of bollocks. Like, I don't believe in this. This isn't going anywhere. This isn't doing me any good. So you're going to know people in either camp of corona, pro lockdowns, vaccines, or whatever, anti lockdowns. It's such a circus. It makes me laugh. So a lot of people are pulled into a camp. Maybe you yourself or people you know. So you can observe what happens within you when these subjects arise, how emotional you feel, how invested you feel into it. Now, that's an addiction to chemicals. Your body wants chemicals. The physical body, we have to master the physical body as we have to master the mind, to master the sex drive, we have to master our emotions. That's part of being human. It's part of the path, part of the road. And as long as we don't master these things, they will continue, every now and again. Oh, I need a fucking drink. I need another cigarette. You need whatever. We get sucked into the news and we go in there and get lost for a few minutes or a few hours, or we get into an argument with someone about these subjects. Body wants its chemicals. The ego, it's feeding. Now, there's another part of this story or idea that would say that there are entities, attached to us. And I always laugh, and I've said this many times, of people who say, oh, I don't have any entities attached to me. I had them removed, to that kind of thing. Personally, you've had entities all over you, both physical and ethereal. If you zoom in on your fingernails or your eyelashes, you'll find all sorts of parasites and little things that live there. In your gut, there's all sorts of things that are just feeding off our blood or our energy. And it's the same as we move beyond the physical. You contract them in. It's purposeful. Until you can manage your own energy. I don't think I've met a person yet in this lifetime who can manage their own energy anyway. So it has to be siphoned off. We'd fucking destroy ourselves and each other if you just suddenly had full force God energy. Like, we're all so emotional and argumentative and addictive. The world would be a lot worse than it is now if it didn't just kind of. So another place to be is that when any of these subjects come up, we observe what happens within us. We have the opportunity to jump on that train, take the chemicals, or not. So I would view all of these things and circumstances or poles of good and evil as opportunities for me to center. There's an old Taoist story, and it's on my Instagram. It's the picture of the blue, looks like, I think, Japanese warriors, a blue image from maybe last year, I think, if you scroll down. And it's an old farmer who one day his horse runs away, and the neighbors come and say, "Oh, this is terrible. Like, oh, your horse ran. Very sorry, your horse ran away." And he says, "Maybe." Next day, the horse comes back and it brings some wild horses with it. The neighbors all come around and say, "This is a fantastic celebration. Like, wow, you have more horses. This is brilliant." He says, "Maybe." And then his son goes riding on one of the horses, and he's bucked off and he falls off, and I think he breaks his leg. Neighbors come around, "Oh my God, this is terrible. You know, I'm so sorry your son broke his leg." And the farmer goes, "Maybe." And the next day, the conscription soldiers come around. They're taking all the young men to go to war. And of course, the son has a broken leg and he can't go. And the neighbors come around and say, "Oh, so lucky, like your son doesn't have to go to war." And the farmer says, "Maybe." So the purpose of it is that we aim to stay in the middle. Our purpose is to observe these opportunities for the chemicals, put the needle in my arm or not. So when these news stories come up, we have an opportunity to say no. But in a lot of cases, we don't even realize we're addicted. We don't even realize the destruction. So Ramtha would say that the reason we age and die, or one reason we age and die, is that we're addicted to these cycles, pumping these chemicals through our body, and we're basically burning out the neural nets and the receptors in the brain because we live in one area. Argument, corona, like all these things are the same: black, white, rich, poor, Black Lives Matter, various wars, coronavirus, terrorists, all these things are the same thing. They all do the same thing to us. So we are asking the universe, please pump out more of these things. So some of them you might overlook, some of them you don't pay any attention to. "Oh, I didn't read about that. Don't care about that." But then the next thing comes along, you get sucked into it. It's like, oh, fuck. So we're asking for these tests. Test me, please. Test me, test me, test me. And the universe is sending us these. "Oh, do you want some of this? Oh, do you want to drive too fast on your motorbike? Oh, do you want to overtake all the taxis in Acapulco and it's so dangerous, but it's risky and it's enjoyable?" Oh. So we have the opportunity with, and I've had many of these experiences, that with observation and meditation, we create an opportunity, we create a pause, a window. So we're here, something is presented, and in the past, we take it. Give me the fucking drugs. Give me the chemicals. Give me the argument. Give me the rush. Give me the outrage. Give me, and this goes for the high and the low as well. I had a girlfriend a few years ago when I started this work. She was the woman who actually encouraged me to build this course, my shadow work, 8-week shadow work course. And incidentally, the 8-week course becomes a 6-week course from the start of September 2021. So, and the price doesn't change. So if you want 2 free weeks of being coached by me pretty much every day, now's the time to sign up before the end of, or before September starts. So, and I remember when I sat down, I said, you can be on this roller coaster of happiness, whoa, excitement, and oh, life is fucking amazing, or lows or arguments or whatever, or you can take neither. You can live in joy in the middle. And what do you want? And she said, now she had struggles. She had lows and she had highs. And she thought about it and she said, no, I still want the excitement. I thought, okay, go enjoy. So now I've had enough excitement because I've had enough lows. Don't want them anymore. Don't want any of that. So it burns out. And a lot of people think, if like life's about excitement, they kind of follow your bliss. I think a lot of people don't know what bliss is. They think excitement is bliss. Winning the lottery is bliss. Falling in love is bliss. I don't see that. Joy is bliss. A lot of people who are at peace, or maybe not a lot of people, but the masters who are happy, it's a grounded happiness. They're enjoying life. They're enjoying food, company. They have a laugh. They have fun, but it's not chemicals. And as we can step back more and more, we can see that this is an opportunity. I don't have to get on this bus, this train, this roller coaster. No, thank you. So I don't feel the need to fight for any of these things. I mean, most of my clients, 90% of my clients are women. Most of my work is around women and empowering women, not setting women free. It's like, fucking find your own power. I'm not the fucking guru, or I don't give people power. Power does not come from stopping white people or men. Power is within. If we find this power, you don't give a fuck what other people are doing or thinking. You're free. That's the way. You notice the kind of media way now is to undermine people, stop other people, stop the rich, stop white people, stop white males, all of this stuff. It's all about stopping other people and then you'll be empowered. It's very interesting. Whereas real liberation and power and freedom is within us. An assertive man or woman does not need to stop other people. He's free. She's free. So to wrap up, I would just say as you observe these things, ultimately observe yourself. Subject comes up that activates you, that you feel passionate about. I learned this maybe 15, 20 years ago, that I think it was Ramtha that said it, anything that we feel passionate about needs to be burned out of us. Now, at the time, I didn't get it because I felt passionate about some things, poverty, whatever. I thought, no, I'm going to use my passion to change things, to save the world, to help people. And now I see, no, passion is my problem. It's my pain that I rename passion. And I try to release by fixing or changing other people. Whereas if I fix or change or heal or integrate myself, then I can bring wisdom or a bit of clarity and groundedness, maturity to these people. I'm not an emotional kind of wreck that's saving the fucking world. So whenever you see these subjects of these people, ultimately to observe you and test it. Our goal is to be, I want more and more people in the middle, observing these things, not getting, imagine if we had thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that are observing coronavirus or any of these fucking circus events and not getting on the train, not getting emotionally involved, not feeling anything. It's like, no, I'm not taking the bait. And I don't mean avoiding it. Oh, I don't look at that because it makes me angry. You can look at it, but you're beyond it. There's no more neural nets connected. You're living in a different part of the brain. You've evolved past it. Anyway, I'd like to see it in the Sunday Zoom. There's things happening there, and follow your instinct. Feel free to test it. And yeah, shadow work course will become 6 weeks at the end of August. Be well. Sign up to my newsletter. Share this. Like it. Do whatever these things. I need more interaction. I'm trying to meet more people, reach more people, and maybe meet more people. Yeah, thanks for listening. Be well.